If everything changed tomorrow, your job, your funding, your market, who would you call first? Not to fix it, just to help you think through it, to get grounded, to remember who you are and what matters. If no one comes to mind immediately, you're not alone. Most high performing leaders are overconnected but under supported. And when things get hard, the default is to isolate and push harder. But here's what I want you to hear today: community isn't a nice to have, it's your most underutilized leadership strategy. In uncertain markets, it's not your intelligence that makes you resilient, it's who is walking with you. And if you know anything about the last 2.5 years of my life, you know that I am the person to listen to about this. So, what I want you to do is keep listening. Grab a notebook, especially if you're not one of my neurodivergent folks. Writing things down activates embodied cognition and makes the ideas stick. This session is not about consuming, it's about integrating. It's that important. Okay. Businesses and careers don't collapse because of a lack of ideas. They collapse in isolation. When you are disconnected, decision making slows, self doubt ramps up, your vision narrows. When you are supported, you move faster, you access better options, you regulate your nervous system. Oh, Lordy, is that important? This is not about networking. It is about having your people, the ones who challenge you, who anchor you, and help you remember the long game when the short game gets loud. I want you to write this down. Who are the 3 people in your world you would go to for perspective when things feel unclear? Write their names down. Circle anyone you haven't talked to lately but want to reconnect with. This is your current resilience circle. I learned 2.5 years ago who was in my circle, and most of them don't live anywhere near me. And sometimes that is totally fine. But sometimes you do need people who have your back, who do live near you. And that is one of the things that I have worked so hard on in the last couple of years. It's one of my come froms here. So you really do want to listen to me on this, people. So look at that name that you circled, or the names that you circled. You're going to reconnect with them, and you're going to follow up and let me know that you did it. So let's think about this. We're building a leadership circle, not a social calendar. Here's what that can look like: a strategic peer, someone sharp outside your organization who gets the pressure, someone who's a perspective shifter. That's another kind of person you want in your resilience circle, someone who doesn't think like you. Then your emotional anchor, someone who reminds you to breathe, not just win. I am usually that person for most people in my life. The question is, who is that person for me? Then there's the accountability partner, not for the hustle, but for integrity to your own goals. This circle doesn't build itself, and it does not have to be big. It does have to be real. What kind of support do you avoid asking for even when you need it? That's a really huge one. It's something I actually was just talking with a friend today about how I was working on this one. Is it emotional support that you avoid asking for? Is it strategic support? Is it operational? Write it down. Then write one sentence about why. No judgment. We're just capturing the data. That resistance is part of the work. Now, support systems don't work unless they're simple and consistent. Here's what makes it work, especially if you are one of my neurodivergent leaders. For some people, it's Voxer over Zoom. For some people, it's the opposite. Um, I have a lot of people in my life who love it when I send them audio messages via text or Slack. Absolutely love it. They love hearing my voice. That really matters. I have a couple people that are a whole lot like I used to be, and that is not going to work. I got to type words or I got to get on Zoom with them. Know your people. Uh, Recurring walks and talks. This really makes it work for a lot of folks. Co-reflection calls every 30 days, having a monthly call date. Text chains instead of coffee chats. That can be huge. Design your system like you would design a product, functional, flexible, human, and meeting the needs of, well, kind of sort of your customer, meaning know what works for you and works for that person that is part of your support system. Like I said, I used to be one of those people. I could not stand audio messages. If somebody sent me one, I could not bring myself to listen to it. I used to be that way. I'm not that way anymore. And I love sending them to people, especially when I know they love them. But I also have a few really important people in my life for whom that doesn't work. And I know that. So I know what kind of messages to send them to check in. Now, I want to ask, this is another little mini assignment for that notebook you've got. What kind of support would change everything for you right now? Is it strategic, emotional, or creative? Drop it in the comments if you will, but for sure, write it for yourself in that notebook. Owning the need is the first move towards meeting it. So what did we cover in this little snippet? And I always do these super, super short because you don't have time and you don't have attention span. And I know that. Here's what we covered: why isolation is the real threat in uncertain markets, how to build a resilient circle that keeps you grounded, how to make community a system, not a wish. Now, there are two ways to go deeper. One is my weekly email for sharp minds who crave grounded strategy, mindset shifts, frameworks, and prompts to help you lead long term. You want access to my Cocktails and Clarity newsletter? Let me know. And I offer private focused calls to explore where your leadership needs stronger systems and stronger community. And that is definitely my superpower. We'll see what support actually looks like for your next season, because let me tell you, it does change for each season. So let me know. You can drop me a message in my DMs. You can actually just drop it in the comments if you'd like, but let me know if you'd like to get on a call. And if you are local and in Nashville and you want details about the community that I have created that gathers at a table on a monthly basis, you let me know about that too.